Hello guys and welcome back to the shop. I'm Boden and you're not. And today, after a few comments, like more than I was expecting, I'm going to do a quick workshop tour and show you guys around because I've had a lot of people asking about it and I figured it's been a year. Like I started this in March, April of last year, and this was just an empty, concrete, dank, nasty, wet room. And I put a hell of a lot of work into it, getting the shop set up so we can start doing real videos, and we're just starting to. Cameras! And I figured I'd take a minute and show you guys around. So this is what the workshop looks like as of this moment on March 9th, 2020. This is where we're at. And it's a hell of a shop. Like, for a one-man show, that's not bad. There's a lot going on. So let's look around. We'll start right here at the door and go around the room. As you come in the door, key box, which is just keys to everything, place to hang your shirt, and this is my tool bag, jump bag. I'm going to do a video going through this, but this is my go bag for projects. Like if you're a friend of mine and you call me up and you're like, hey man, my trailer lights out or something like that, this is the bag I'm bringing with me. Cleaning supplies here right next to the door, big gray cabinet. Comment with a good use for this cabinet. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with it yet, but I got a Sordic deal on it. I picked it up for like 30 bucks. Some dude was selling it out of his garage, and I was like, yeah, cabinet good. Right now I just hang cleaning supplies on it, and I keep my Dremel down in the bottom. That's where the Dremel lives. Fire extinguisher near the door, which should be tucked back a little bit better. That fire extinguisher is heading down to that end of the shop. This is the equipment rack, and it's mostly just, this is the house network, and it's PoE, stuff like that, and then I got the video server down here. This is an audio rack, which is just a roll-around rack of mine that is holding the little mini fridge that Amy got me for Christmas. Thank you. Experimental camera project. Old toolbox. I've been trying to scrounge up. I got a wall of toolboxes, and I've actually, one came in as a donation to me for the high voltage lab. That one I bought, and the other ones, like I actually paid full price for that, and the other ones I've been scrounging up just off like Facebook Marketplace. Electrical jump bag. I do a lot of electrical work. This is mainly small delicate things, like I keep camera stuff in here. This is mainly the AV toolbox. I'll do a toolbox tour on these in the future, but I also keep layout tools. So I'll go through that at some future date. This is 3D printing here, and I have Bert and Ernie, which are my 3D printers, and they're Creality CR10S's. And they've been offline for like a month because I've been doing other stuff, but they're going to be coming back online soon. They both run Octoprint on a Raspberry Pi. Octopi or Octoprint? One or the other. They run the Octa thing, and I use them. They get monitors and everything. I use them remote control from the main workshop computer over here. Lots of stickers. You will see stickers everywhere because I just did a giant sticker bomb of my toolbox. Because it was old and rusty and beat to shit, so I just covered it in stickers like crazy, and the whole sides and back are completely covered in stickers. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And the secret sticker shelf. Generic toolboxes, just stuff like, you know, metrology, Allen wrenches, screwdrivers. So that's all that. Back here, my big pain in the ass power supply. This used to power the air raid siren at the old shop, at the lab. Now it sits here, and when it isn't being incredibly difficult to move, it weighs about 120 pounds. It's not doing what I want it to. I just tried to do a demonstration on tripping a circuit breaker, and I can either get all the volts and none of the current, or I can get all the current and none of the volts, and it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's what I got. It's beefy though. It'll give me 60 amps at 12 volts, which is kind of fun. Vacuum chamber oven. This is the old one. It's pretty much junk, but it works, and it's trudging on through. For stuff where I need a vacuum that I don't need to have on camera, this is great. When I need a vacuum on camera, then I use the crappy little bell jar. I have a really, really low-end bell jar, but it works. Roto bins, parts and supplies. These shelves, also Facebook find, and I keep like tape and adhesives, glue sticks, and just stuff. Cable staples, zip ties, shark pipe fittings, just stuff. Generic. I wish I had like 10 more of these. I love this cabinet. This is my preferred way to store small materials. Safe for hard drives in the back. Small tools, electrical tools, and then we're to the bench. Under the bench is a huge amount of storage. So like I keep computer crap in here, and my skill saw lives here, and grinders. So like you pulled out and you got grinders. Workbench is divided into stations. This station down here I use mainly for photography and video stuff. That screen and that screen up overhead tie to the same computer, which is way up there. We'll get there. This screen here ties to the little computer up there, and this is the one that Kidwell uses mainly. That's his workstation, electronics there. So this station is photography. This station is electronics. It's also where I have to run the AxiDraw, because the AxiDraw runs on a USB cable, mini, which is kind of a pain in the ass, and I can only get cables that'll reach from the computer, because I run it off this computer, so it goes from there to there. So this is electronics. And down here lives the air compressor. Dear God, I need a cable reel. It sucks so bad, but it works. It's a really great little air compressor. My viewers donated and got that for me, and that is the main air compressor for the shop for now, and it's great for everything I need to do in the house. It does a lot of finish nailing, a hell of a lot of finish nailing with that. Clamp rack up there, shelves here, all kinds of weird stuff, from like the turkey casting of Mouse's dissertation to Brian's eye, which watches over us. There's a whole story on that. It's really creepy, but that actually is a real glass eye that was actually belonged to a real person. This is the main shop computer that I use for looking stuff up. This is the computer IT workstation here, and down under here is a lot of video stuff. So like, let's pull it out. These drawers kind of suck, but they work. But this is all like old cameras. There's blog cameras in here that go back a million years. And this is active stuff that won't fit in the big thing. I'm transitioning out of here and into the toolbox, because this drawer was completely packed full of shit, and it's moving into that toolbox. Remember, the main purpose of the room is to shoot video. Like, it isn't just for me working on stuff around the house. It's actually shooting video. Overhead rack up there. I just installed that. In fact, I think the first story time lapse was putting that together. I don't know. I'm on like number 4 now, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's the overhead rack. Main workstation here. This is what I see when you see me on live. This is where I'm at. There's the PTZ camera up here, and the old 24-hour sign from the high voltage lab. And that's the main camera right there. That's what I'm looking at when you're watching me on live. The wall of tools, and as you watch the videos over the past year, the wall has evolved quite a bit, several times. I'm getting better at using pegboard. Pegboard's one of those things, like if you build your own shop, pegboard's one of those things that you think is a really great idea and isn't. It's really good for shit that you're gonna grab all the time. Like if you're using things like just constantly, which is why I keep my little M12 toy tools up here, because I use this shit all the time. I love my Milwaukee tools. I use them all the time. So that's what I've got up there. It's really terrible for things like wrenches. Okay, it's a fucking horrible, unless you're like, well, that's not true. If you're a guy who like does small engine repair and stuff like that, and you're constantly yeah, then maybe. But for me, it doesn't work. But that's my main workstation. This is, I can turn that off now. Light for high-speed photography. It's an old tungsten bulb. Avitech sent me these in. These are fucking awesome. One of these is the actual main set light for the nightly live streams, and the other one is down here, and I use it a lot for photography and stuff. This is Project Archie, which is the next thing I'm going to be shooting some videos on. I'm like, I don't know, like 25 videos deep in the series on this. It's This is the longest, deepest, heaviest video series I've ever shot on a single project. I have video series with more episodes in them, but you got to get into like autopsies and stuff. This is epic, and it's designed by Chris Annan. If you want to make your own robot like this, if you want to follow along in the series, go to Annan Robotics, A-N-N-I-N. Chris Annan designed this kit. He sells them cheap. It's really amazing. For just a couple grand, you can have a super capable 6-axis robotic arm that you build yourself. And that's just fucking awesome. In fact, the 3D printers, I gotta get fired up because I'm printing my arm cover plate what size is it? Yeah, it goes on this side because it'll have that and the motor there. And the motor is here. So I gotta mount the motor in there, and the cover plate will go on, and it'll hide the chain and all the grease and the lubrication, all that. So that's the thing. There's my mic. And over here, robots, they're called top and bottom. And because fuck you, that's why. We are doing terrible things with robots. One of the advantages of being able to do my own shop and my own groove in that is I can do whatever the hell I want. And like, it was like the second day, and we're like, we have to put a giant dildo on the robot. Now, I have a giant dildo. Moby lives back here, the biggest, blackest dick. But Moby weighs 80 pounds, and these little dudes can't handle it. So the idea is we're putting a dildo on a robot because comedy, and the other one we put a pocket pussy on, and we're gonna make robots fuck, and we're making legit robot porn for no practical application, just, well, maybe there'll be a practical application, but if I do that, it won't be on this channel. But it's just for fun, just because fuck you, that's why. And that's a lot of the stuff that I'm looking to do in this room is fun. It's most of it, not all of it. Like I've had a focus on science and technology education my whole life. And that's not the only thing we're doing here. A lot of this is just, let's make cool shit and put it on the internet. Let's have fun. But a lot of this is geared around education. A lot of it, like I'm doing stuff, we're gonna autopsy this. I'm still doing equipment autopsies. This damn thing died. If you ever want to buy a mic from Blue, Yeti, good. This one, bad. It's a limp and floppity. No one wants a limp floppity microphone. So yeah, the whole idea here is fun. Like, I'm enjoying making stuff, and it's really cool getting to. Another like $30 cabinet off Facebook. This one is all grinding and sanding and abrasives and stuff. Battery cabinet back here, just because for safety I like keeping the batteries in a cabinet. I do that with my lipos too. They're in a different cabinet. This is PPE, gloves and goggles, ear protection. That's the med kit. You know what a med kit looks like. And then tons more drawers of like stuff for aeronautics, stuff for electronics, stuff for robotics. And that's really how those are arranged. Aeronautics, electronics, robotics. And that, I'm still figuring that out. This is my bolt depot, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's little screws and nuts and bolts and washers and stuff. And thank you, Max, it finally came. It's here, it lives here. And that's the shop. There's the center table. I gotta talk about this. This was made by Mitch and Katie. This tabletop was made for me by Mitch and Katie. And if you ever visit my shop, and this is an open invitation to anybody who ever actually sets foot in my shop, don't forget, you get to autograph the table. And I'm gonna have it bear the signatures of everybody who visits my shop. So this is my trigger. Like Willie Nelson has people sign his guitar, you guys can sign my workbench. And right now, the whole bench, with the exception of this camera, which can go over here, the whole bench is all about Project Archie. So this is all parts for Archie and the manual. And a couple random fucking things. But you can see we're on video, where are we at? 24 will be the next episode of Project Archie. I gotta make a chain. And then that's why I got a 3D print the part, because that's coming up right after I put that on. So I can probably shoot 24, maybe 25, maybe? Yeah, because I'll do 24 just on the chain. And then we're into 3D printing parts, so I gotta get 3D printers working. But that's the shop in all of its glory and majesty. So not bad for a year. And I've had a little help. Mouse helped out, Amy helped out, Moose helped out, but pretty much I did all this on my own, like 98% of it. And I'm pretty proud of it. Tell me what you think. It's different. It's loud. Like the colors are very intentional. It's designed to be loud, but you'll notice like this side is all just plain white. And the reason is the cameras go on this side of the room and point this way. So the backdrop is visually interesting. That's why. That's why half the room is white and half the room is like intense fucking rainbow roar. Because fuck you, that's why. Why not? I painted it in bright, happy colors because I work in a basement, and that's the Boden pattern on the wall. Of course, I had to have black and yellow stripes somewhere. And the rest is just bright and happy and productive. That's the idea. So that's my shop. Now you've seen it. Comment, let me know what you think. It's probably pretty different from the average dude's shop, and I know it's pretty weird. And there's a lot of random weird things hidden all over the place. In fact, we'll do a good one. Point out where in this video you saw the radar magnetron. That's an obscure thing hidden in here, and I know it's appeared on camera by now because I've done the whole room. So, when did you see the radar magnetron? You guys have fun. I'm Chris Boden. Thank you for visiting my shop. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see me do in this room. What kind of cool stuff do you want to see built? What projects do you want to see happening? What do you want? It's half of this is all on you guys, so let me know. And you're all welcome to join and hang out because I'm in Discord pretty much all day down here when I'm working in the shop, and I'm in live voice, and right now we can see we've got Agent X, Almost Got Kicked, that's me, Jack, Lightfire33, I don't know who that is, and Sean. So say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
You could be one of these people hanging out in the Discord, and if you want to know how to get into the Discord, well, just check out the links right below in the description. That's it. It's that easy. It's free. It's open to everybody with a desire to hang out and be cool and be one of the weirdos. So you guys have fun. I'm Chris Boden. You're not. And I'll see you next time.